Hello, strong people. So, a little bit different of a video today. There might be a little bit of lifting in here, but this is mostly a review. So, what I'm reviewing today is the weighted out 45-pound bumpers. If you're unfamiliar, Weighted Out is a weight plate company. They've started out with like cast iron plates, steel plates, but their specialty is very thin plates. So like even slightly thinner than like calibrated plates, and no different with these bumpers. So I know that I don't know of very many thin bumpers. I don't really know how they're going to perform. First glance, I love them. So I have them on the bar right now. I'm going to do some deadlifts today. Weighted Out 45 pounds. These plates next to them are actually they're 45-pound what's the word? Cast iron plates with the handles. So this is what they started out with, I believe, or steel plates. I'm not really sure, but I got these plates over 2 years ago. I love the company enough that I asked to be an ambassador for them, so I do represent them. And with that being said, I'm going to be honest in the video. So these are some Ivanko 25 kg bumpers. These ones are pretty beat up because they were left in the sun by the previous owner. As you can see, much thicker. Also much more expensive. Also, Rogue 45-pound bumper. These are the thickest of the bumpers that I have. Look at that. It's as thick as 345s from them, including their bumper. So obviously there's a lot more qualities to a bumper than, being thin, especially when being thin is not typically a quality of a bumper plate. So we're going to get into drop tests. I'm trying to think of other reasons why people need bumpers. So I know for me, I can kind of do what I want out here. But I know people with true home gyms where they might be lifting early in the morning, or they have a lot of machines where they use bumpers. There's going to be a place and time for these type of things. So I'm going to try to make a little bit of a checklist and kind of go through it and see if these check off a lot of boxes. So I think drop test is next. Excuse my stuttering. All right, so first up, Rogue 45, so I have 135 pounds total. The bar is just a standard Rogue power bar. So let's see how loud this is. I'm dropping on this, the homemade deadlift platform. A little bit of matting and plywood. It's a deadlift platform. So we'll just drop it from deadlift height. Pretty dead. Okay, so that's the Rogue. Next up, Ivanko 25 kg. Once again, regular old Rogue power bar. Forgot to mention I have the Pro Lock clips on, so the plates aren't going anywhere. So this is 155 pounds because it's 25 kg. Let's see. And I don't know if all Ivankos are like this, but these ones are like squishy to touch. I don't know if that's normal. But these are by far the most expensive plates. New, these are like 190 for one, which is insane, but let's see. Definitely bouncy. I would say louder than the Rogue, but I'm gonna have to rewatch these to be sure. So on to the Weighted Out. And the one we've been waiting for, the Weighted Out 45. So I really do like the look of these. I have no idea how they're going to perform. Yeah, I really don't know. I literally never. I took these out of the packaging a couple hours ago, brought them in here, and then I did some squats, and I wanted one more plate on each side, and I didn't have any more Weighted Outs, unfortunately. But I have these ones now, so I threw those on, and I used them for 3 reps on squat. That's it. Which obviously isn't a great metric for judging a bumper plate. But let's see. Same everything. Deadlift height. I'd say that was a little louder. Let's see. So something you're going to notice, thinner plates like this, they're not going to take a bounce as well maybe. If you get another one next to it, it's going to be a lot better to kind of distribute that drop. But we'll try it again. Same thing. Definitely dead. It doesn't bounce like the Ivanko, which I prefer. All right. So I don't want to take too long talking about them because at the end of the day, it's 45 pounds, okay? So first things first, I want to say I love them. I want like 12 pairs of these because I probably wouldn't use anything else. I still love the clang of the iron plates, so I can't say that for sure. I still definitely use their regular cast iron thin plates, but I love these. I love the aesthetic, I love the look, I love the white that kind of pops out the raised lettering. They do a little lip so they're easy to grab, but that's just, looking at them. So performance-wise, I deadlifted with them today, no real complaints. They kept the weight packed tighter to the bar, which I prefer. I don't want my bumpers pushing all the weights out and making the bar super floppy. It is a deadlift bar, so it already has some bend to it, but I don't want, I don't want bumpers stacking everything out. So that's personal preference for me. Might not be the same for you. I have a little list of things here that I've seen other people talk about that I agree with or disagree with or whatever it might be. As far as home gyms go, I'm a bit of an outlier. Obviously, this garage is new. I didn't used to have this. I used to be in a shed. So obviously not much room in there. So thinner plates made a lot more sense. If I had a bunch of bumpers like this, not only would I not be able to lift what I, am capable of, but they just take up way too much space. So big win there as far as saving space, especially on weight trees. This is not a weight tree. This is a weight tree. You can fit more on a weight tree if the plates are thinner, obviously. So that's a big win. You don't need like 3 weight trees with all your bumpers. Or those, what are those little bumper plate storage racks on the floor that sit in front of the, like your deadlift platform or whatever? Those take up so much space. No, I couldn't do that. But if you did have to do it that way, if that was the best way to store them, you could fit a lot more of these, like 3 times the amount. So that's cool. Also, I really hope they start making like 25s, 10s, 15s, whatever, just because I like them. They look cool. And different color themes. I think that'd be cool. I like the blue. Makes sense. 45-pound bumpers or 45-pound kilo plates. That's calibrated plates. They're blue, so makes sense. Let's see. What else did I talk about? Oh, talking about the bounce test. Ivanko are definitely the bounciest. They're like weirdly squishy. I don't know. It's kind of weird. They definitely don't bounce like other bumpers. So they're hard bumpers. I won't lie about that. But they still have that rubber coating. So like you could drop them, you're not really going to damage your flooring because they still, they compress. They're a little bit bouncy, but not too much. So it's kind of a happy medium. So let's see what else. Others, as far as home gyms, again, people have short bars. Sometimes they don't always have the super long bars. They may have a short axle or a short power bar, or even if they, trying to think, like curl bars or whatever else. I don't really have any of that stuff, but the sleeves on them are very short. And sometimes people, I like for curling competitions, don't they use like calibrated plates for that? I know people at home, they could benefit from having a bumper plate to fit on there. To kind of mimic a calibrated plate rather than using, iron 45s if they need more weight or whatever that be. I like them. Something else that I think gyms should take note of, and I mean like regular old gyms, and ones that have like a mix of people, not quite like a Planet Fitness, but like a general 24/7. I didn't know it's some Snap Fitness. Is that a gym? What else? I don't know, your everyday gym, not a specific powerlifting strongman gym, but gyms like that, you have a mix of people. And deadlifting in one of those places, you run into some issues. So one, the deadlift platform might only have bumper plates, or so you can only load so much on the bar. Let's see. If they do have iron plates, people are going to get annoyed that you're dropping the weight or it's making noise when you set down a deadlift. It's going to happen. You see it all the time. So that's where these kind of come in hand. So if you could just equip a gym with thin rubber plates like this, it's going to be quiet all around. You're not going to hear the clang of bumpers on machines if they're plate loadable. You're not going to hear the clang of them, which, don't get me wrong, I love. I love the clang. I want the clang, but that's probably not the majority of gym goers. So, but your deadlifts are going to be a lot quieter. You'll be able to load up the bar to what you need to. You know that. So gym owners are going to they're going to have the ability to cater to the stronger people, which a lot of places just don't. So I think big gyms can take a note of that. Be a good reason. I like it. Trying to think what else. I don't have too much else to say because at the end of the day, it's a very thin 45-pound bumper. It fits right in between a cast iron or an iron plate, whatever, and a bumper plate. It meets that middle ground. So like if you like the thinness of a metal plate with the the qualities of a bumper, a harder bumper, I will say, this makes perfect sense for you. It's really all I gotta say. So go get yourself a pair. Let me know what you think. Do you think there's a spot for these in the market? I'm kind of curious because they do fit a very special medium. So I'm gonna keep using them. I'd love to get more of them, but until then, until I do get more of them, now I'll talk to you before then. You get what I mean. Go out, get strong, stay strong, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.